We're into our final segment of our chat with Sheryl Lee Ralph on eLive Unplugged, the part 2.
You're also a singer.
Yes.
Tell me about that career. How did that get started?
You know, it came out of Dreamgirls. I have this one song that's sung all around the world, and it's called In the Evening.
Mm-hmm.
In the evening, the real me comes alive. That's a song, I did one song. I hear it playing, people don't know it's me. In Jamaica, I know they know it's me, but around the world, they don't know it's me. But at one point, I got it in my head that I couldn't sing. And because I got it in my head that I couldn't sing. So I didn't sing for years. And it was really, really awful. And I went to the doctor.
How did you get it in your head that you can't sing?
Because doing Dreamgirls, Jennifer Holliday was so amazing vocally. And my character as an actress was not supposed to be as amazing as her. You know, in the original Dreamgirls, Dina was the beautiful one with the weaker voice. Effie was like the Lizzo back in the day. You know, if Lizzo had been back in the day, they would have said, no, she's this size, she looks like this, no one's putting her on the cover of the album. You know, and now you've got an artist like Lizzo who breaks all of that. You know, Lizzo, what she said, she did a DNA test and she found she's 100% diva, 100% fabulous. And it's so interesting, though, when she performs, it's like all of her clothes are see-through. And it's like, I'm like, whoa, it's a lot to look at. But she's like, you know what? It's a lot to look at, and I'm proud of it. And I'm like, well, go there, girl, do your thing, honey. But it's like, wow. But anyway, that character, Effie, big girl, big voice. So people are always comparing me to her, not understanding that I'm acting. You know, I'm making the character real, which when you look at the movie, you have a Beyonce who's a wonderful singer, but she approached the role of Dina as a singer. So she's a powerful singer. Effie's a powerful singer. It makes the storyline off balance. Mm-hmm. You understand? Because, but the actress in me was like, I'm creating this voice to be the voice of this character. You know, and they were always comparing, and they were always saying, I couldn't sing, I wasn't this, and I started to believe it. And then I went to a doctor, and the doctor said, you can't sing because you don't want to sing. And the blocks, the rocks, they're in your head. They're not here. There's nothing stopping you from singing.
What do you think of the current film industry in Jamaica?
You know, it's interesting. Storm, there's a young artist named Storm Salters. He had a screening of his film in Los Angeles. And I was there, and he said, you know what? You screened my first movie. I said, I did? He said, yes, at the Jamaican Film Festival. It was my experimental entree into the industry. And he said, and you're here now for my film, my feature film. I felt so good. I felt so proud. So I know that there's a future. We just have to get the respect and the financial backing for it, and we will.
Do you think, though, that it's taking too long? So let's look at the time gap between The Harder They Come and where we are now.
Let me tell you something. Look at the 20 years since Jamaican Film Festival. Start of the Nigerian Nollywood, 20 years. Bollywood, 20 years. And we're still trying to figure it out. We let people come here and shoot. We let people come here and use us as a background. Everybody deserves to see themselves on the screen. And I want that little black girl or that little black boy to be able to look up on the screen and see themselves and see their story and feel good about what they see. It's long, long, long overdue. And we have to diversify the industry. You know, you see in the States, like you might have a Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry plays to his audience. You have Viola Davis and Denzel and what they're producing. They play to their audience. It's not just one monolithic thing. We have to diversify. You know, there's so many different voices that is Jamaica.
I'm looking out for a young lady named Gabrielle Blackwood, who was actually on the show recently.
I've heard of Gabrielle. I love Gabrielle. Gabrielle and I met at the Bronze Lens Film Festival. Her film Flight was screening. Etienne's film first day back was screening, and we were so excited to meet each other, and we held up the Jamaican flag, and it was Jamaican filmmakers worldwide. I'm really looking forward to Gabrielle's future. Gabrielle is the real deal. She's a true artist and a great talent. When I look at people like Gabrielle that are right here, I'm like, why aren't we doing more and better? Why aren't we backing her? Why aren't we helping her do something? Gabrielle's a real deal.
A lot of Jamaicans would most know you from Moesha.
Yeah, Moesha or Sister Act 2.
Tell us about the Moesha experience.
You know something? Working with kids, and I wrote that in my book, Redefining Divas, that working with children can be a very taxing, difficult thing. But sometimes they grow up and realize how much you loved them, that you cared enough to give them boundaries and discipline. And when I look at my relationship with Brandy then, and I look at my relationship with Brandy now, it's like, wow, she just had to grow up. She just had to grow up. But it's amazing being a part of something that continues to affect people to this day. I have a whole new generation of followers because they're watching the show in reruns.
Who are just now watching it. Was it difficult? Was it difficult working with Brandy?
It was difficult working with the whole cast because they were so young and they were so bad, but they were just young, you know, and you had to love them through their youth. Sometimes what you have to do is be a loving adult and help children, help young people develop, you know, and some people would choose to react to them in one way. I'm a mother. I am a woman who loves young people, so I chose to react to them differently. And I say to my kids all the time, I'm not your friend. I'm your mother. And I'm like, you all may have all day to fool around and play around and disrespect each other, but one, it's not going to serve you well in your life or your career, and two, I have children and a husband to go home to. So let's do our job. Let's do it together. Let's respect each other's time. Let's move forward. Sometimes they don't want to hear those kind of things, but you have to continually repeat things over and over and over so that you don't have a toxic environment.
Let's also visit the fact that you are an author.
Yes.
And so the book is?
Redefining Diva.
What does that mean?
Redefining Diva, you know, for me it's always been an acronym. Divinely inspired, victoriously aware. Awesome. If it was Sunday, we'd be anointed. Hallelujah. But it's about being better than you thought you could be. You know, it's about going where you are the queen, especially when it starts within yourself. You know, that whole thing about your interior light, your exterior light, you've got to develop the light. You know, you don't, sometimes, you know, you have a light inside, you've got to stoke those fires. You know, so that you have to feed the fires. What are you going to feed them with?
Where is Sheryl Lee Ralph right now in life?
Oh my God, where am I right now? I really believe that I am where I've waited my whole career to be. You know, I'm the product of quite a few actresses who came before me, who wanted certain things to happen, who didn't know where was the space for the black girl, the obviously black girl. You know, very often they would say, you can't be this shade, you can't be that shade. But I always knew that I was what I was, and what I was good enough. So I had to continue to believe in myself, to create for myself. That's why it was important for me to write scripts and all of that, sing, to learn another language, to be able to sharpen my craft as a human being, not just as an artist. So now, in this time, when I see young black people with their own production companies, I see my son producing, you know, he's got his first deal with Warner Horizon, and I think to myself, wow, I see my child doing that. So you see, everything I might not have gotten or everything that I've lost, I'm getting it back. God is giving it back to me in all different ways. And I'm so grateful to be alive right now because I'm in the best part of my career. I work all the time.
As we wrap, is there anything that we have not spoken about that you want to?
Well, follow me on my Instagram. It's Diva 3482, DIVA 3482. Follow me. You can also follow on my Twitter, the Sheryl with an S Ralph, the Sheryl Ralph. Follow. I love to hear people's comments. It's interesting. I have a great community on my social media. People are usually very helpful. They'll seek advice, they'll ask questions, and sometimes people might say things that I don't always agree with, but I agree to disagree. And it's really, really a cause for some great discourse for people, which has been really good. I like that a lot. And I encourage people to get up in the morning, look in the mirror, and love what you see. Because you're perfect. You're perfectly made. You're wonderful. Give yourself a chance to do better. What did your granny always say? Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better best.
She is actress, singer, author, Sheryl Lee Ralph, putting a wrap on part 2. I'm your host, Judith Bartley. See you next, eLive Unplugged.
This meant a lot to me. Please don't be mad at me, because I'm
Just
sorry.
stop.
If you...
You're incredible. And I'm proud of you. I'm very